Music brings us together, even when we're apart. That's why we support Canadian musicians, festivals, and award shows. It's just one of the ways TD's Ready commitment helps build a more inclusive tomorrow.
Good evening. Julia Dunn here, and welcome to our live stream Love Jazz series. Friday, October 9th. You see, I've got the fireplace on there here in Canada. It's actually not that cold today, but it just feels like fall. And well, I hope you're keeping safe and sound wherever you're tuning in from. Here in Ontario, we're keeping safe. Unfortunately, Toronto, Peel, and Ottawa, I believe it is, are going back into stage 2. So we want to hopefully keep things under control here in Niagara so we can stay in stage 3. And again, I hope you're all safe and sound where you are tuning in from this evening. So I'm just going to pop up this one slide again because it's super important to, if you can, listen with headphones through your device. We found that's the best way to have the best listening experience, and you're going to want to for sure this evening, like all nights, because it's going to be such a great show. We've got pianist and composer Bill Mays coming to you live from Pennsylvania. So let me introduce Bill before I bring him on. Oh, and before that even, happy Culture Days. So normally Culture Days is several days in September. Because of the pandemic and the new situation of us all being online, it's 1 month, and lots going on with the City of St. Catharines and Culture Days, and we're happy to be a part of it. So please go on their website. They're both posted there, stcatharines.ca, culturedays.ca. You can see all of the free activities and concerts and arts and culture to take in over the next month. So we're thrilled to be a part of Culture Days, and also a big thanks to the City of St. Catharines for all they do for our festival. Well, let me bring on our artist. His name is Bill Mays. He's a pianist and composer, and he has a 60-year career that includes a multitude of musical endeavors. He was a bandsman in the U.S. Navy for 4 years. Then he spent 15 years as a session player in Hollywood studios. And in 1984, he went to New York City, firmly establishing himself as an in-demand sideman and leader of his own ensembles. And he now lives, as I mentioned, he lives in Pennsylvania, and also he goes back and forth between New York and Pennsylvania. He's worked with a myriad of jazz legends. The list is very long, but here's a few. Sarah Vaughan, Frank Sinatra, Benny Golson, Shelly Manne, Red Mitchell, Gerry Mulligan, Bud Shank, Phil Woods, and more. Incredible. You're in for such a treat. He has numerous recordings as a leader, solo, duo, trio, and sextet, and they're well documented on the Chiaroscuro, Concord, DMP, Palmetto, and Steeplechase record labels. He's a prolific composer and arranger, and Mays has written extended suites for bass, flute, woodwind, septet, and pieces for big band and orchestra, New York Philharmonic, Carnegie Hall Jazz Band, Turtle Creek Chorale, WDR Big Band, U.S. Air Force Airmen of Note. You can see his full bio at billmays.net. And without further ado, I would like to bring him on. And he's got so many. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? He did write a book called Stories of the Road, The Studio's Sidemen and Singers, 55 Years in the Music Biz. And I think you're going to get a sampling of some of those stories tonight. So let's bring on the man of the hour. And here he is, Bill Mays. Hello. Hey, Bill.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Pleasure to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
We're thrilled to have you. Do you get tired when you hear how much you've done in your career already?
I was just thinking, I'm such a young guy. How did I do all that?
You've been very busy.
I started young. Yeah. It's been a great time.
What a great career, and still more to come. So we're very excited. Is this your first live stream, Bill? It's your second, I believe, right?
This second, yeah. I did one a few months ago for a performing arts center in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. How did that go? Is it a strange feeling, or?
Yeah, it's strange to play with nobody in the room. Although I have played some gigs like that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's true. We do connect with the audience in an unspoken way, that vibe,
Mhm.
that energy that's in the room. So it's a little weird, but we do work alone as as players. You go inside, and
Yeah.
it's just you and the muse mixing it up, and whether there's one or 10,000 out there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So today you have an audience in your room with you? Somebody who's in your bubble?
I think the kitty cat is somewhere nearby.
Nice. Nice. Well, we've for our audiences listening and quality pleasure, we've got some pre-recorded segments that you've done for us, and we're gonna play them in three parts, and then we're gonna have a little bit of interview and chit chat in between.
Okay.
And I know that you introduce your songs in your segments, so we're gonna bring on the first segment, and I'll see you in a couple of tunes.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Here's a piece that's very and composer Mike Wofford. Mike was one of my earliest pianistic influences, and his playing still amazes and delights me. And I'd like to play his piece for you now called Bird of Paradise, Mike Wofford. Here's a song written by guitarist Lauren Lofsky for a friend of all guitar players. His name was Ed Bickert. Lauren and I both had the privilege of working with Ed at different times in our careers. And this is a love song to Ed called One for Ed. Lauren Lofsky. This is from the motion picture High, Wide, and Handsome. Jerome Kern, The Folks Who Live on the Hill.
What a beautiful set. Thank you, Bill.
Oh, thank you.
I've got the fire on my back. Your beautiful music. Life's pretty good. Wow. Jerome Kern was that last tune. Would you say one of your favorite composers to play, or do you have favorites?
Well, I have favorites. Certainly one of them. Yeah, tune construction is always interesting. That tune is one of my favorite ballads. It also has a beautiful lyric by Oscar Hammerstein. And it's from a movie, as you probably know, High, Wide, and Handsome from 1937, I think.
Classics.
Yeah, I love Kern. Yeah, Nobody Else But Me comes to mind.
Yeah.
Another great song of his, and interesting construction. Yeah, more
So,
bass solos. I'm missing the
ah,
bass solos.
the bass solos for sure. How did you go about putting together your set list for the show this evening?
um, well, I purposely and purposefully wanted to include some songs, compositions by people who are still alive and who are contributing to the jazz songbook. Mike Walford is one. I opened with his piece, and then the following one by Lauren Lofsky, the piece for Ed Bickert. And I'll play in the next segment a couple of pieces by people who are active on the scene and writing. Um, and I love Harold Arlen and Kern, so I included two by them, and something by Horace Silver and Ray Bryant from the jazz realm. Yeah, so I kind of mixed it up like that.
Very nice, very nice. And we've had quite a few comments that I wanted to post a few that you could see. So Jennifer says, thank you for doing this virtually. What a treat for the soul on a Friday evening.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I couldn't agree more. And we've got Motoko Shikata
Hi, Motoko in Japan. Yeah, what are you doing up this late?
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
she says, hearing in Japan, very happy to have a chance like this. We met Bill Mays last year in Roppongi, Japan, when we had a great show. So international audience this evening.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And Ellen Lockhart Dunn. Oh, good name. Good name.
Jeff and Ellen in Detroit. Yeah.
Listening in Detroit. And then there was a very interesting comment. Now, do you know Dr. Judith Schleisinger?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And she said last time she heard me was at Marine's Jazz Cellar, which is a great little room in Nyack, downstairs room with a beautiful Steinway piano. And she said she also slept in that room.
Yeah.
All I can say to that is I hope she didn't fall asleep during the bass solo. But
ouch. Oh, well, I'd love to hear more about that story. I'm very curious.
We'll have to find out about that.
For sure. And here's one also from Thane Peterson. Wonderful to hear the great Bill Mays almost live. Tell him Thane says hello. Nice.
Well, Thane is a host on our local PBS WJFF radio station here in our area and has a weekly show and has done a lot to promote the music in our area. Thank you, Thane.
Very nice, keeping the music alive. Excellent. Well, we're going to go to your next set, and I know you're going to introduce, so we'll talk about your next set afterwards. So let's enjoy it, and I won't mess it up this time. I'll let Bonnie pull it up. I'm not touching anything, Bonnie. There we go. Perfect.
It's a piece by pianist and composer, special place called Shahola, Pennsylvania. This is Shahola Winter Song. Here's a beautiful ballad written by my friend, pianist and composer Mark Marino. It's dedicated to Billy Strayhorn, and this is called Stray Days, Stray Days. Ray Bryant, a wonderful pianist that I used to hear a lot whenever I visited Canada, and also when he lived in New York, and we all lived in New York and would go out and hear one another at Bradley's, the Knickerbocker, lots of piano rooms that were in the city back then. Ray was a wonderful pianist and wrote some great songs, wrote some hit jazz songs. In fact, I'd like to do one of his for you now. It's called Cubano Chant, Ray Bryant. Ray Bryant.
Fantastic. Let's bring Bill Mays back on. Bill, what another great set. Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
Really great. You're in Shahola. The first piece was by Jörg Sommer.
Jörg Sommer, yes. Yeah. The piece was inspired. by a photograph that my wife Judy took of a scene here in Shohola, and Jurgen, his wife, had visited us here, and so and he was much moved by the beauty, the natural beauty of the place, and he wrote 2 pieces about the area. One's on my Going Home album called Shohola Song, and this was a Shohola Winter Song, which I was going through my files the other week, putting together this program, and I ran across it, and I said, "Man, this is nice. It's got this open E minor diatonic opening, and then it gets into more 2/5 harmonic kind of thing, but it's it almost was kind of Celtic to me too." But anyway, that was your piece. Yeah.
And you told me that Shohola means place of quiet waters. Is that right?
Yes. The Lenni Lenape were the original people here, and they named it.
Yeah.
And that's what it means. And it's a very out of the way and quiet place right now. But back in the day, it was a destination. The trains came from New York, and people came and spent summers here. There was an amusement park. They had an aerial tramway. They had a silver mine. They had fun and games of one sort or another, and so it was quite a destination back then.
Yeah.
And less so now, but it's a wonderful, quiet place with a lot of solitude, which I need after all the years on the road and
for
hotels.
Sure. Yeah. You toured 20 years. Was it with Mulligan?
With Gerry Mulligan?
Yeah, Gerry Mulligan for 20 years?
Not 20 years. No,
oh, okay. I took
Gerry,
bad notes.
I don't know. I think 6 or 7 or 8 years.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then several years with Phil Woods.
Right.
6 or 8 years with Phil, but no, I've been touring really since I was a youngster. I started playing when I was 15.
Wow.
On an upright tack piano at the Gay 90s Pizza Parlor in Pleasant Hills, California.
Nice.
That's what started this whole thing going, and I've never looked back.
Wow. And how many countries have you ever kept track of how many different countries and cities you've been to, played in?
I haven't. No, I've played a lot in Europe and South America, and a lot in Canada. I have a lot of fond memories and lots of musical friends and fans in Canada. I haven't been to the Eastern. I haven't been to. I'd like to go to Iceland and play.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, some other spots. I don't know why I thought of Iceland. It's just
yeah. Why not?
Warm right now.
Me too. I'm getting quite hot.
I'd like to go see the ice before it all melts.
Yeah, exactly. Now, tell us a bit about Mark Marino. You played his
Mark Marino.
Yeah, you played his piece second. Yeah. Yeah,
fine pianist and composer. A friend of mine in West Palm Beach. Mark and I met a few years back, and we discovered that with both of us loving classical music like we do, we decided to embark on a journey of playing various composers' music who had written for 2 pianos. I have access through a university in Florida to 2 pianos, and Mark and I played together when I'm down there 6 months of the year. And so we get together, and we're playing pieces by Stravinsky and Bartók and Maurice Ravel and Samuel Barber and some of Mark's pieces and mine. So it's a mixed bag, and it's something that we enjoy doing. It's sort of off our normal beaten track with what we do as on a day-to-day basis as musicians. So that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. That's refreshing. And there's a comment, looks like from Mark's sister. Thank you, Bill. Such a joy hearing you play after meeting you in my brother's living room.
Yes.
He will be playing one of it. Well, she posted it just before you played the composition, but yeah, really great. And so while we're on comments, I'm going to post a few others here. Greetings from Brazil from Betty.
Oh my goodness.
You are international, Mr. Mays. Everybody's tuning in from all corners.
So I remember the first time I went to Brazil, Gerry Mulligan's office called me and said, "We're going to go to Brazil. You want to go?" And I said, "Well, sure. We're going to go play the Free Jazz Festival." I said, "Well, what are you talking about? Gerry doesn't play free jazz." She says, "No, it's sponsored by Free Cigarettes."
Oh, okay.
FREI thing. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So perfect.
That was my first time in Brazil. I got to meet Antonio Carlos Jobim on that trip. That was a high point.
That definitely would be a high point. Wow. And then Jennifer Quo says, thank you for doing this virtually. What a treat. Oh, I read that one already, but that's a good one. I'm going to read it again. What a treat for the soul. So I'm going the wrong way. Let me go back here. Here's one from Karen Sisler. We last heard Bill in our living room in Dallas, Texas, with trumpeter Marvin Stamm and local pianist Dave Zoller. Bill sounds terrific as always. Thanks for this program. You're welcome, Karen.
Yeah, we used to eat some good ribs down there in their living room. Ouch.
Nice.
Yeah. Hi, Doug, Karen.
You're well taken care of wherever you go, I see. This is great.
Yes, too much so, I see. That the pandemic.
Right? Yeah. I know. Yeah, it's hard to keep the pounds off during a pandemic. Jack de Pactor, greetings, Bill. So great to hear you tonight. We were at your last gig in the West Village last year, Jack and Brenda in Manhattan.
Oh, yeah, it must have been at Mesro's great little club on East 10th Street.
Wow.
Hi, Jack and Brenda.
Oh, and then back to Brazil, because Betty says it was a very high point meeting Tom Jobim in Brazil. And then Glenn Anderson.
It was very high. We were all very high.
Oh, okay.
Tom could hang, man. The boy could hang. Who's this Glenn Anderson? Oh, hi.
Yeah, sounding
Toronto,
great, Bill. From Roberta and Glenn in Toronto. Nice. We're still talking about your house concert at Peters in Ottawa last summer.
Oh.
Excellent. Hi, Glenn and Roberta.
Yeah.
They were at our house not too long ago too. So it seems like you do lots of intimate house concerts, or have in the past.
Well, I have maybe a dozen a year. It's a great way to perform and mix it up with people, and it's close and up close and personal, and the pianos are always great. So that's where that one at Peter's house.
What a treat. And Barbara, Mark's sister, Barbara says that your interpretation of Mark Marino's piece was perfection, Bill. Bravo. Loved it.
Oh, thank you so much. Wonderful piece. Thank you, Mark, for writing it.
Very,
so Strayhornish, man. That chord on the fifth bar of the bridge and the harmonic cadences at the end of each A section are so Strayhorn. He would have loved it.
Yeah, doing him proud. David Rutman says, greetings from New York Haven, Pennsylvania. And the last comment, I hope I haven't missed any from this set. What a delight, Bill, and such a rare repertoire of selfishly digging into your peers' unheralded gems. That's a lovely comment from Fred Bouchard.
Hi, Fred. Been a while. Hope you're well.
Nice. So I know we're going to finish off with two tunes, and the last one actually is a medley that just does involve one of your compositions. So Bonnie will pull them up, and then we can chat after that.
All right. Here's Harold Arlen's "Come Rain or Come Shine." I'd like to play two peace songs for you now. I think especially relevant in our country's situation. The first one is a piece by Horace Silver called Peace, and that'll be followed by my Peace Waltz.
Pianist Bill Mays, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring Bill back. Bill, what a special show. That was incredible.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So great to put it together for you guys. And thank you for what you're doing to keep it going during these tumultuous times. Man.
You're welcome. Yeah, it is a crazy period, but you know, special things like your concert coming out of it and us being able to bring you in from another country. It's pretty great that we can do this with technology.
Yeah.
And you know, the word, some of the comments, the word souls come up a few times. Judy Kirtley says, so great to hear this much needed soul concert. Bill's playing is so special. And it's true. And two of the composers, your beautiful composition, by the way, of your own that you just played. And then Lauren Lofsky is tuned in and posted a comment there. Bill, you sound wonderful as usual. Can't wait till we play together again. Lauren?
Yeah. Oh, Lauren. Oh, what a guitar player.
Yeah.
We got a special duo thing going. We played in Toronto last year and had a little mini tour planned for right now, and then COVID happened, but we'll put it together and be back up in the saddle.
Great. And when you guys come, we'll book you at our festival too, en route.
All right.
We'd love that. We'd love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mark Marino as well posted, you played his composition earlier. Bill, it's always inspiring to hear you play a wonderful, varied program of music. Many thanks.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to sign out because we're after 8. But there's a few more comments that you'll be able to see because this will be posted up on YouTube and on Facebook. Okay. And I will come and see you backstage to say goodbye personally. And I'm just gonna say goodbye to everyone else, if that's okay with you.
Well, no, can't we hang for 4 or 5 hours and get everybody in here in a group?
Wouldn't that be great?
We got the technology. I can't go anywhere.
I know, we're all cooped up. It would be so nice. It really feels like I've got the fireplace here, and with the wood in your room, I feel like I'm actually there with you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Absolutely, Bill. And a huge shout out to Leslie Mitchell Clark and Terry Clark for connecting us. So if they're watching, hopefully they are, and if not, we'll make sure they get a copy.
Thank you, Terry and Leslie.
Yeah. It's been a wonderful evening. Thanks so much, Bill.
Thank you.
Take care and stay safe.
You too. Thanks.
Thanks. Once again, that was pianist and composer Bill Mays playing live for you from Pennsylvania. My name is Juliette Dunn. This is the live stream Love Jazz series every other Friday, although until the end of October, because then we're going to start planning for next year. But do follow us on our social media, which is @JazzNiagara, just to see what's coming up if you want to join our newsletter. Also, if you'd like to donate to the festival, let me play that slide. I always forget to play at the end. Let me just play this for you. 2 seconds here. So if you didn't catch it, if it went by too fast, the website's NiagaraJazzFestival.com, and there's a donate button right on the homepage. And tonight, Bill has been generous enough to not have a tip link, but have his tips go to the festival. So thanks for that, Bill. Thanks to everyone for helping us keep jazz music alive. Every other Sunday until the end of October, we have the Live Stream Love World Series, and we're bringing in Turkish guitar player Cüneyt on Sunday, October, I think it's the 23rd, but coming up very soon. It'll all be on our website. And what else can I play for you? I played earlier this Mardi Gras video, so let me play that for you. It was from our Niagara's online Summer Mardi Gras, and I know that Glenn and Roberta were tuned in this evening, and they're in that video as well, so you can still see that. And here's the... There you have it. So everyone stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.